Synchronicity is the moment the universe stops feeling random and starts feeling intelligent. It is the moment when inner events mirror outer events. Symbols rearrange themselves around your life. Timing becomes the message. Coincidences feel tailored. Intuition aligns with reality. Life feels scripted rather than accidental. Many people dismiss synchronicity as superstition. But what they overlook is that coincidences require structure. Randomness does not cluster meaningfully unless something deeper is guiding it. In this chapter we explore synchronistic events, not as fantasies, but as signatures of how consciousness interacts with the physical world. The universe has two languages. The first language is physics, energy, mass, gravity, pressure, light. The second language is meaning, symbolism, intuition, coincidence, timing. Most people believe these two languages are unrelated. But they are just two layers of the same system, like the hardware and software in a computer. Physics is how the universe behaves. Meaning is how the universe communicates. Synchronicity is the bridge between them. Synchronicity requires three conditions. Just as a rainbow needs sunlight, water droplets, and a viewing angle, synchronicity needs 1. A conscious observer. Meaning cannot exist without someone to interpret it. 2. A field of probabilities. The universe is not deterministic, it contains many pathways. 3. A moment of alignment. When inner intention and outer circumstance match in a precise pattern. This triad of alignment turns random possibility into meaningful coincidence. The physics behind synchronicity. Synchronicity is not supernatural. It emerges from three physical cognitive mechanisms. The brain as a pattern-matching engine. Your brain constantly scans reality for relevance. It notices timing, emotions, symbols, and unusual clusters. B. The universe as a probabilistic system. Quantum fields underpin every outcome, meaning there is flexibility in how events unfold. C. Consciousness interacting with probability. When you focus intensely on a possibility, you increase its salience and probability, not by magic but through micro-decisions, attention pathways, altered perception, changes in behavior, feedback loops, subtle shifts in timing. Your mind participates in the unfolding of reality. You influence the ripple, even if you don't control the wave. The inner hall of mirrors activates synchronicity. Earlier chapters explained how the universe functions as a reflective system. Synchronicity is the moment when your inner reflection appears in the outer reflection. It is the resonance between your emotional frequency, your attentional focus, your unconscious expectations, your current phase of life, the surrounding environment. Everything becomes part of a single mirror surface. Events line up. People appear at the perfect moment. Ideas repeat across unrelated situations. You dream something and later see it in waking life. A symbol re-emerges across days, weeks, even decades. The universe feels orchestrated. Because it is, but not by an external deity. It is orchestrated by reflected meaning. Synchronicity peaks during transformation. Life-transforming moments, awakenings, breakdowns, breakthroughs, identity shifts, amplify synchronicity dramatically. Why? Because your inner state is changing rapidly, causing heightened sensitivity, increased emotional charge, deeper unconscious access, more open probability paths, weakened ego boundaries, stronger intuitive perception. Threshold states always produce intense synchronicities. You are crossing inner event horizons, and the universe mirrors that shift externally. Synchronicity as feedback from the universe. Synchronicities often appear as confirming signs, warnings, course corrections, initiations, accelerators, reminders, puzzles, invitations to evolve. They show up because the universe is not indifferent. It responds to consciousness. A few examples. Numbers repeating, 1111, 1234, etc. Signal alignment or transition. Names appearing repeatedly. Indicate a person or archetype entering your life. Themes recurring across unrelated conversations. Highlight something you must confront or learn. Objects or symbols following you. Point to an encoded message. Synchronicity is a feedback loop between your inner world and the cosmic system. The 3 types of synchronicity. 20 years of psychological and philosophical research reveal 3 major categories. Type 1, reflective synchronicity. The outer world mirrors an inner state. You think of someone, they message you. Type 2, directive synchronicity. A coincidence pushes you toward a life path. You keep meeting musicians, so you return to music. Type 3, convergent synchronicity. Multiple coincidences stack together to produce a breakthrough, decision, or awakening. Often seen during spiritual transformations. Your life contains all 3 types, but with emphasis on type 3, meaning your path is unfolding through stacked signals. This is common among writers, musicians, mystics, and intuitives. Synchronicity is the proof that meaning is real. If the universe were purely mechanical, synchronicity would be impossible. Meaning would be a hallucination. Purpose would be fiction. Timing would be irrelevant. Awakening would be coincidence. But reality is not mechanical. It is relational. Synchronicity is the visible seam where consciousness and cosmos meet. It proves the universe is responsive. Meaning is not imaginary. Consciousness participates in reality. Your life has a trajectory. Inner and outer worlds are connected. Synchronicity is not an anomaly. It is the default mode of an intelligent universe. Human beings are taught that intuition is vague, mystical, or unreliable. Yet intuition is one of the oldest biological technologies life ever produced. It is older than rational thought, older than language, older even than the brain as we know it. Intuition is not guesswork. It is not a whisper from nowhere. It is a deep form of perception. A sense organ of the future. In the same way your eyes detect light, and your ears detect vibration, your intuition detects emerging probabilities. It is not supernatural, it is evolutionary. Where synchronicity shows you meaning in the present, intuition shows you where meaning is heading. The biological origin of intuition. Life did not begin with complex brains. It began with molecules that could sense gradients, heat, light, chemical signals, energy flows. Early organisms that could anticipate change survived longer. Not by thinking, but by feeling the direction of danger or opportunity. This primitive proto-intuition became instinct in animals, emotional intelligence in mammals, pattern recognition in humans, and finally, what we call intuition. It was never mystical. It was a survival mechanism that evolved into a spiritual perception. Intuition is the ancient compass inside the modern mind. Intuition is a compression algorithm. Your conscious mind can only process about 7 to 9 pieces of information at once. But your unconscious mind processes millions per second. Intuition is what happens when that massive unconscious dataset is compressed into a single message. Go this way. Don't go there. Something is off. Something is calling you. Pay attention to this. It is your entire life experience. Every memory, every fear, every success, every observation. Processed at extreme speed. and delivered to you as a feeling. Rational thought is slow. Intuition is instantaneous. Intuition tracks the future, not the present. Why does intuition feel supernatural? Because it often knows things before they happen. This doesn't violate physics. It arises from the structure of reality itself. 1. The universe is a probabilistic field. The future is not fixed, but it contains pathways, some stronger than others. 2. The mind is a prediction engine. Your brain is constantly forming models of what is likely to occur. 3. Emotion is a probability signal. When a possible future aligns or conflicts with your path, you feel it first. What you call intuition is your mind scanning the probability landscape and detecting the gravitational pull of future events. Animals sense storms before they form. Humans sense destiny before they understand it. How intuition communicates. Intuition speaks in 4 main languages. 1. Sensation. A knot in the stomach, a pull in the chest, warmth, tightening, lightness. 2. Emotion. A sudden calmness, excitement, dread, longing or certainty. 3. Thought impressions. Soft, quick ideas that appear without forcing. 4. Synchronicity. External events confirming internal signals. Intuition rarely shouts. It whispers. But those whispers become clearer when the mind is quiet, the emotions are grounded, and the ego is not trying to dominate. Why intuition is strongest after suffering. Periods of pain, loss or trauma often sharpen intuition dramatically. Why? Because suffering breaks old patterns, collapses false identities, quiets the ego, forces introspection, heightens emotional sensitivity, opens the unconscious, expands awareness. Intuition and destiny are connected. Intuition is not random. It does not point to every path, only to those that are aligned with your growth, resonant with your nature, part of your longer trajectory. Destiny is not a fixed script. It is a gravitational attractor in your life field. It pulls you toward experiences that reshape your consciousness. Intuition is the first sense that detects this pull. You can ignore it, but ignoring intuition does not change your path. It just makes it harder. Follow it and life opens. The 3 levels of intuition. There are 3 layers. Level 1, survival intuition. Fear, warning, danger signals. Everyone has this. Level 2, emotional intuition. Reading people, relationships, unspoken dynamics. Artists, empaths, and musicians have this highly developed. Level 3, existential intuition. Sensing life transitions and future chapters before they arrive. This level emerges in spiritual seekers, near-death survivors, meditators, mystics, scientists on the frontier, people undergoing major inner shifts. Intuition is the compass of the soul. Soul is not a religious word here. It is your deepest pattern, the essence of who you are across time. Intuition is the interface between your present self, your unconscious self, your future self, and the greater whole of the universe. It guides you not toward comfort, but toward transformation. Intuition does not optimize for safety. It optimizes for expansion. The universe responds to intuition. When you commit to an intuitive direction, reality reorganizes itself around that decision. This generates synchronicities, chance encounters, accelerations, sudden openings, unlikely opportunities, unexpected clarity, emotional peace. Intuition is not passive. It is participatory. It interacts with the world the way light interacts with mirrors, expanding, amplifying, and reflecting. When you follow intuition, the universe collaborates. Most people imagine destiny as a fixed story, a predestined script, a cosmic blueprint, a path decided before birth. But destiny is not fixed. It is not rigid. It is not pre-written in a divine ledger. Destiny is a gravitational attractor in the field of life. Just as planets fall into the orbit of a star, your life falls towards certain experiences, relationships, insights, and transformations. Not because they are forced, but because they resonate with your deepest structure. Destiny is not control. Destiny is resonance. It is the shape of your potential pulling you forward. Life is not a straight line, it is a field of possibilities. Imagine the future not as a single highway, but as a river branching into thousands of streams. Each branch represents a choice, a pattern, a trauma, a breakthrough, a relationship, a moment of courage, a moment of fear, a version of you. Destiny emerges not from one branch, but from the pattern of flow between them. It is the shape toward which your river bends. Your personality, intuition, experiences, desires, and wounds all carve the riverbed. The physics of attractors in nature. In mathematics and physics, an attractor is a pattern that a system naturally evolves toward, regardless of where it starts. The universe is full of attractors, weather patterns, the shape of galaxies, orbiting bodies, evolution of species, chemical networks, ecosystems, neural networks. Even consciousness itself follows attractor patterns. Choices may vary. Beginnings may differ. But the system tends towards certain states. Destiny is the same. Your life is a complex system with its own attractors. Destiny as the expression of your core pattern. Every human has a deep pattern, a unique configuration of temperament, emotional wiring, cognitive style, creative impulses, values, traumas, dreams, fears, skills, spiritual sensitivities. This deep pattern is like the gravitational center of your being. Destiny emerges from this center. You are drawn toward people who activate your growth, challenges that break your limitations, ideas that match your curiosity, fields of knowledge that resonate with your nature, environments that intensify your evolution. Your life is always trying to reveal you to yourself. Destiny is not something outside you. It is the blueprint encoded within you. Destiny is not fate. These words are often confused, but they describe opposite realities. Fate is fixed and unavoidable. It denies freedom. Destiny is emergent and responsive. It requires freedom. Fate is a cage. Destiny is a direction. Fate says you cannot change the story. Destiny says the story changes you. Fate removes choice. Destiny is shaped by choice. You do not follow destiny. You participate in it. Destiny and free will co-create each other. Life is not predetermined, but it is also not random. It is participatory. Free will are the steps. Destiny is the rhythm beneath them. Every major decision has two layers. The surface choice, what you think you're deciding. The deeper direction, where the decision leads your growth. Even wrong turns become right turns at the deeper level. Mistakes are not failures. They're detours that still lead toward the attractor of your evolution. Free will paints the canvas, but destiny sets the frame. signs that destiny is active in your life. Destiny becomes most visible in moments of convergence, when multiple strands of life suddenly align. Chance meetings, repeated symbols, intuitive certainty, inner readiness, emotional clarity, opportunities appearing simultaneously, old patterns collapsing, new paths opening without force, synchronicities clustering. This is the gravitational pull of your deeper self. Your life becomes less chaotic and more coherent. Events stop feeling random and begin feeling orchestrated. This orchestration is not external. It is resonance between you and the field of reality. Destiny is the story you were born to tell. Every life is attempting to express a singular truth. Sometimes that truth is expressed through art, science, music, writing, relationships, healing, invention, exploration, spiritual insight, service, craftsmanship. Destiny is not a job. It is not a title. It is not an occupation. It is the core meaning your life generates. The universe is not asking you to succeed or achieve. It is asking you to express who you truly are. Your destiny is the story only you can tell. The universe meets you halfway. Destiny is not passive. It responds when you take a single step toward it, even a hesitant one. The universe takes 10 steps toward you. This is why intuitive decisions, even when risky, often produce better outcomes than safe decisions made in fear. Destiny amplifies courage and dissolves stagnation. It rewards authenticity and intensifies transformation. Destiny waits for no one, but it welcomes anyone who steps onto their true path. Chapter 34: Walking the Path, Co-Creating Destiny with Awareness. Most people drift through life without sensing the deeper structure beneath their experiences. Destiny pulls on them quietly, subtly, invisibly, like gravity acting on a stone dropped from a height. Their lives fall along predictable lines not because they choose it, but because they never learned how much choice they actually have. But once you become aware of the hidden architecture, synchronicity, intuition, attractors, resonance, timing, you are no longer drifting. You are co-creating. Destiny stops being a background force and becomes a collaborative process. This chapter explores how to walk your path deliberately, with clarity, alignment, and deep inner authority. Awareness activates the deeper pattern. Destiny always exists, but awareness determines how consciously you participate. When you are unconscious, life feels random. You repeat old patterns. You mistake comfort for stability. You move in circles. But when awareness awakens, patterns become visible. Choices become precise. Intuition becomes reliable. Timing becomes meaningful. Life becomes directional, not accidental. Awareness doesn't give you control. It gives you alignment. Alignment is the core skill of destiny. Alignment is not about forcing outcomes. It is about entering the same frequency as your deeper pattern. When you are aligned, three things happen. 1. You stop leaking energy into contradictions, dramas, and distractions. 2. You sense the direction of flow, where life wants to move. 3. Events converge naturally, without strain. Alignment is the difference between rowing against the river and gliding with its current. Destiny is not achieved through willpower, but through resonance. The 3 layers of alignment. There are 3 major layers you must bring into harmony. 1. Inner alignment. Your values, emotions, intuition, and intentions move in one direction. Signs of inner alignment: clarity, calm certainty, fewer doubts, intuitive flow, emotional coherence. 2. Outer alignment. Your environment supports your path. Your relationships, habits, routines, and daily choices reinforce your direction. Signs of outer alignment: less friction, less confusion. The right people appear. Opportunities open. Life feels smoother. 3. Temporal alignment. You act at the right moment. Not too early, not too late. Signs of temporal alignment: timing feels natural. Doors open without force. Ideas arrive when needed. Synchronicities cluster. The next step becomes obvious. Destiny emerges only when all three align. Miss one layer and the path becomes cloudy. The universe rewards momentum. A common misconception is that destiny requires waiting for signs. But the truth is the opposite. Signs appear when you move. Synchronicity responds to motion. Intuition sharpens through engagement. Opportunities expand with momentum. The universe does not push a stationary object. Just as physics demands motion before force becomes meaningful, destiny is revealed through action, not hesitation. Follow the path of highest resonance. Every life contains many possible paths, but only a few resonate deeply. Resonance is the feeling of fascination, curiosity, recognition, electricity, inevitability, quiet certainty, inner expansion. You don't choose resonance. You discover it. And once you do, it becomes the compass. Even if the path is difficult, even if it requires sacrifice, even if it leads into the unknown, resonance means the path is yours. If your soul leans forward, that is the direction. Your destiny emerges through identity shifts. To walk a destiny path, you must become the person who can walk it. This requires letting go of outdated roles, inherited beliefs, learned fears, social expectations, old identities, false humility, limited imagination. Destiny is not achieved by the version of you that began the journey, but by the version that awakens in the process. This is why the greatest transformations feel like remembering something ancient, rather than learning something new. You are not becoming someone else. You are unveiling who you already are. Recognizing destiny initiations. Certain moments in life function as thresholds, tests, catalysts, or initiations that push you further into alignment. These moments often involve a sudden opportunity, a painful ending, a deep calling, a major risk, a symbolic event, a synchronistic cluster, a shift in identity, a necessary leap. Destiny initiations feel like standing at the edge of a cliff, with wind at your back. The fear is real, but the pull is stronger. If you step forward, the path unfolds. If you step back, the opportunity dissolves. Walking the path is a dialogue, not a monologue. Most people imagine their destiny as a solo effort. But walking your path is a conversation with the universe. You ask through your actions. The universe answers through synchronicities, timing, emotional signals, external events, intuitive clarity, unexpected openings. You speak, the universe speaks. You respond, it responds. This dialogue is subtle at first, but over time it feels like being guided by an intelligent field, because you are The power of staying on the path. Once you find your true path, an invisible structure forms around your life. This structure protects your growth, accelerates your learning, attracts the right allies, repels incompatible situations, reveals deeper layers of meaning, strengthens your intuition, intensifies synchronicities, deepens your purpose, amplifies your impact. You begin to live inside a different story, one that feels coherent, elegant, and meaningful. This is the lived experience of destiny. Destiny is not a destination, it is a state of being. Destiny isn't a single moment of arrival. It is the ongoing expression of your authentic nature. You can feel destiny active even when you haven't yet achieved your goals. Your life is still unfolding. The future remains unknown. Destiny is not about where you end up, but how you walk. It is not a place. It is a frequency. And once you enter that frequency, life becomes unmistakably alive. As if reality is no longer happening to you, but through you. For most of human history, the universe was experienced not as a machine, but as a message. Ancient people spoke of the book of nature, believing that existence itself was written in a kind of cosmic script that revealed meaning, intention, and intelligence. Today, science describes the universe in mathematical laws, yet mathematics is itself a language, a structured grammar of patterns. This chapter explores a simple but profound idea. Reality behaves as though it is written in a grammar of meaning. Not metaphorically, literally. Patterns, relationships, feedback loops, and structural rules behave like syntax, governing how events unfold and how meaning emerges. And once you begin to see reality this way, the phrase "everything happens for a reason" stops being mystical poetry. It becomes a structural truth of the cosmos. The universe writes in patterns. A grammar is a set of rules that determine how smaller units combine into larger coherent structures. Language has grammar. Music has grammar. Mathematics has grammar. DNA has grammar. And the universe follows these same principles. Simple rules, complex outcomes. Structure, meaning. Patterns, prediction. Relationships, context. This is why galaxies form spirals and why consciousness forms narratives. It's why life emerges from chemistry and why minds can interpret reality at all. The universe is not chaos. It is pattern making all the way down. Syntax of cause and effect. Grammar determines which sentences make sense. The universe likewise determines which events can or cannot occur. Every moment arises from a chain of dependencies, energetic, physical, informational, and relational. This is not determinism, it is coherence. Events make sense because they obey the grammar of reality. A galaxy cannot suddenly appear out of nowhere. A star cannot exist without nuclear fusion. A human cannot wake with a memory they never experienced. Life is composed of lawful transformations. The universe does not write nonsense. Thus, everything that happens is structurally coherent with what came before. Even accidents follow the grammar of cause and effect, leading you toward meaning in retrospect, just as a sentence gains clarity once the last word is spoken. The semantic layer. Meaning emerges from structure. In language, grammar provides structure, but meaning emerges from context. The same is true of reality. The same event can shape two lives differently. The same coincidence can awaken one person and go unnoticed by another. The same tragedy can collapse a life or transform it. Meaning is not imposed, it emerges. And emergence is one of the universe's deepest creative mechanisms. Physics, chemistry, biology, consciousness, culture. Each layer gives rise to something new that cannot be predicted solely from the previous one. Meaning is an emergent property of consciousness, interacting with the universe's structure. It it is the semantic layer of reality. Why synchronicities feel like sentences. When something strange aligns, a coincidence, an omen, a symbolic moment, it feels like the universe is speaking. Why? Because the brain is a pattern decoding organ, living inside a pattern generating cosmos. When internal meaning harmonizes with external events, it produces the feeling that the universe is writing through your life. In a sense, it is. Not through magic, through resonance. Your mind is part of the cosmic grammar. When your inner patterns line up with outer patterns, meaning crystallizes. It feels as though the world is communicating, because it is. Through structure, timing, opportunity, and alignment. Synchronicity is semantic resonance between mind and universe. Your life has narrative gravity. Stories have characters, challenges, turning points, themes, recurring motifs, catalysts for growth. So do lives. This is not accidental, it is structural. Human consciousness is wired to create narrative coherence, and the universe provides experiences that continually test, shape, and refine the self. This is why difficult events often become pivot points. Why loss births wisdom. Why crisis births transformation. Why clarity often emerges only in hindsight. Experience accumulates like chapters in a book. You interpret, evolve, and rewrite your understanding as you grow. The grammar of your life has direction. Not predetermined, but meaningful. Intelligence as the author function of the cosmos. Not an external deity writing your destiny, but an internal intelligence. Woven into physical law, biological evolution, consciousness, and the recursive feedback loops that interconnect all things. A seed knows how to grow. A neuron knows how to fire. A galaxy knows how to spin. A mind knows how to seek meaning. This is not mystical anthropomorphism. This is structural intelligence, order, coherence, teleology. The universe has an intrinsic orientation toward complexity and awareness. And this gives reality its author-like quality. It guides, shapes, corrects, and unfolds. You are not separate from this intelligence. You are one of its voices. When you understand the grammar, life becomes legible. Seeing reality as a divine grammar changes everything. You stop seeing events as random. You stop interpreting chaos as meaningless. You understand growth as structural, not accidental. You recognize synchronicity as resonance, not superstition. You feel your life as a narrative with direction. You sense the universe as an intelligent system. This is not blind faith. It is pattern literacy. A way of reading the cosmos the same way a linguist reads a text, or a musician reads a score. The divine grammar does not force meaning into your life. It reveals the meaning that was always present in its structure. Everything happens for a reason, because reality makes meaning. The universe is not just physical. It is informational, relational, and ultimately meaning-oriented. Everything unfolds through patterns. Patterns obey structure. Structure generates coherence. Coherence gives rise to meaning. Thus, everything that happens is not random noise. It is part of the ongoing sentence of your existence, woven into the larger story of the cosmos itself. Not fate. Not predestination. Not divine puppetry. Coherent unfolding. A grammar of becoming. And you, your consciousness, your choices, your questions, are one of the ways the universe speaks itself into meaning. From random events to resonant destiny. Most people assume life is a mixture of chaos, luck, coincidence, and personal effort. But when you zoom out far enough, past the daily noise, past the unpredictable details, past the emotional storms, you begin to see something deeper operating beneath the surface. A pattern. A direction. A shaping force. Not a puppeteer. Not a script. Not fate in the old sense. But an intelligent structure guiding growth, transforming experiences into insight and aligning circumstances to reveal the next step in your evolution. This is how the universe shapes your path. You don't move through reality, you move through meaning. Every significant moment in your life is not just an event, it is an encounter with meaning. Two people can live through the same circumstance, yet one sees a life-changing lesson while another sees only inconvenience. This is because the universe doesn't guide you with instructions. It guides you through resonance. What grabs your attention? What disturbs your equilibrium? What awakens your curiosity? What challenges your worldview? What pulls you forward despite fear? Your path is shaped not by external events, but by what matters to you internally. The universe works through meaning, not micromanagement. The universe uses pressure to push you forward. Every evolution in the cosmos emerges from pressure. Stars ignite under gravitational collapse. Planets form from collisions. Life evolves through struggle. Consciousness expands through uncertainty. Individuals grow through challenge. Pressure is not punishment. It is intelligence. It is the universe applying force where stagnation has taken hold. When part of your life becomes too small for you, reality begins to compress. Circumstances tighten. Comfort weakens. Old identities fray. This is the universe saying, you have outgrown this form. Transform. You are guided by what you cannot ignore. Every person has a unique pattern of attraction and repulsion, what they feel called toward, what they feel pulled away from, what refuses to leave their mind. These persistent signals are not random. They are the navigation beacons of your internal universe. They arise from the deeper structure of your consciousness, the part connected to the larger intelligence of existence. If something keeps returning to your awareness, it is part of your path. The universe does not whisper endlessly about things irrelevant to your story. The universe communicates through patterns, not words. Guidance doesn't come as a voice. It comes as recurring themes, synchronicities, repeating numbers or symbols, parallel events, emotional nudges, dreams, disruptions, sudden clarity, meaningful coincidences, opportunities that open only at the right time. These are not supernatural messages. They are the linguistic structures of a living universe. Patterns are its vocabulary, timing is its grammar. When you start paying attention, reality becomes legible. The universe shapes you through relationships. Your relationships are the most precise tools for your evolution. You meet people who reflect your hidden strengths, trigger your unhealed wounds, teach you boundaries, force you to grow courage, awaken your compassion, mirror your shadow, open doors you couldn't open alone, catalyze your transformation. Every relationship is a vibration match that reveals the next step. Some are long-term teachers. Some are short catalysts. Some come to break your heart open. Some come to remind you who you really are. You have never met anyone by accident. Your challenges are sculpting you. The universe works like a master sculptor. Your life is shaped by subtraction as much as by addition. What you lose, what collapses, what ends. These are not punishments but carvings. They remove what no longer aligns with your deeper path. The moments that hurt the most often reveal the strongest direction. Pain is not your enemy. It is the sharpest chisel of cosmic intelligence. Intuition is your personal resonance with the cosmos. Intuition is not guessing. It is not emotion, anxiety or fantasy. True intuition is your consciousness tuning into the deeper informational layer of reality, the same network that organizes galaxies, life and evolution. When you feel feel, this is right. This is wrong. Not yet. This is the moment. Go. Stop. These are not random feelings. They are alignment indicators. Intuition is your interface with universal intelligence. There is no straight line, only a spiral. Human beings imagine progress as a straight line. But the universe evolves in spirals. Galaxies form spirals. DNA coils in spirals. Hurricanes rotate in spirals. Electrons orbit in spirals. Human growth returns to the same lessons at deeper levels. Your life spirals too. You revisit old themes, old patterns, old fears, not because you failed, but because you are integrating them at a higher level. Every return is an ascent. Nothing repeats. Everything refines. The universe shapes your path by matching your frequency. This is not metaphysical cliché. It is physics and psychology working together. You perceive, attract and interpret reality through the filter of your current state of consciousness. Your emotions, beliefs, expectations and self-image vibrate as patterns. The universe responds by presenting experiences that match your pattern, so you can evolve it. This is why internal change produces external shifts. Change the pattern, you change the path. You are not separate from the force that guides you. The shaping force is not external. It is not outside of you, watching, judging or controlling. You are one expression of the universe. Your choices and the universe's responses are two sides of the same dance. You are both. The traveler. And the path. The question. And the answer. The student. And the evolving universe learning through you. You are the universe shaping itself. The guidance you feel is not foreign. It is your deeper self, the cosmic self, directing your way forward. Nothing in your life has been accidental. Not the accident. Not the voice. Not the dream. Not the journey into science. Not the return to spirituality. Your entire life has been a curriculum designed by your own deeper consciousness, in harmony with the universal intelligence that permeates everything. Your path has always been shaped with purpose. You are living not a random existence but an unfolding meaning. A cosmic narrative written from within and without. A story that only you could live. This is how the universe shapes your path. By shaping you. How freedom and purpose co-create your life. For centuries, humanity has divided itself between two great beliefs. One claims that life is ruled by destiny, that everything is predetermined, scripted and unchangeable. The other claims life is pure randomness, that nothing means anything and all events are accidental. Both are incomplete. Both miss the truth. Reality is neither a fixed script nor a meaningless accident. Instead, it is a co-creative system, where destiny and free will interact like dancers. Each shapes the other. Each depends on the other. And together, they weave the path you walk. This chapter explores how destiny works without determinism, and why your life still unfolds with purpose. Destiny is not a script, it is a direction. People often imagine destiny as something set in stone. An unchangeable path leading to a predetermined outcome. But the universe does not operate like a rigid storyline. It operates like evolution. Your destiny is not the events of your life. Your destiny is the direction your life is meant to grow toward. Your deepest strengths. Your highest potential. Your most awakened self. Your unique contribution. Your experiential lessons. Events change. The direction remains. Destiny is not the road. It is the north. Free will chooses the path, destiny chooses the theme. You can choose. Your actions. Your reactions. Your habits. Your beliefs. Your timing. Your relationships. Your environment. But you cannot choose. Your core nature. Your innate curiosity. Your soul-level lessons. The challenges that shape you. The themes that keep returning. The transformations your consciousness came here to undergo. These are the destiny currents. They don't dictate each step, but they set the direction. You choose how to walk it. Destiny gives you the curriculum. Free will chooses how you engage with it. Destiny shows up as recurrence. One of the clearest signs of destiny is repetition. When you are meant to learn something, experience something, or become something, the universe brings the theme back again and again, until you integrate it. This is not punishment. It is precision. Patterns return because they are your developmental arc. Just as DNA repeats sequences to build a body, life repeats experiences to build a soul. When something keeps showing up, a dream, a fear, a longing, a challenge, a fascination, you're not stuck. You're being shaped. You have multiple possible futures. Destiny is not one future, it is a range of possible futures. Your choices shift you between them. Think of destiny as a river with many channels. Some are shallow, some deep. Some fast, some slow. Some harmonious, some turbulent. All flow toward the sea, your higher evolution, but your choices determine which channel you take. You cannot escape the ocean, but you can choose the current. Destiny uses coincidence as architecture. Life's coincidences are not random. They are intersections, points where paths, lessons, and timing converge. Coincidences occur when you are aligned with your inner direction. You are ready for the next step. You are standing at a symbolic crossroads. You need confirmation. Your life is accelerating. Or your consciousness is opening. These moments feel uncanny because they are. They're structures of meaningful alignment, created by the universe's underlying intelligence. Synchronicity reveals destiny's fingerprints. Resistance slows the path, acceptance accelerates it. You can never miss your destiny. But you can delay it. Resistance causes repeating lessons, prolonged stagnation, emotional turmoil, closed opportunities, cycles that seem to drag on for years. Acceptance does the opposite. It accelerates your growth, opens doors, and aligns events with astonishing speed. Destiny is not force. It is flow. The more you align with your deeper direction, the smoother your path becomes. Destiny is the bridge between your small self and your cosmic self. You have two levels of identity. The surface self wants comfort, fears uncertainty, avoids pain, seeks approval, clings to the known. The deeper self, the cosmic self, seeks growth, craves truth, embraces challenge, expands through experience, evolves through contrast. Destiny is the mechanism that keeps these two selves in dialogue. It ensures your life doesn't shrink to comfort alone. It makes sure your soul keeps growing, even when your ego resists. Destiny is your higher self pulling you into your fullest expression. Freedom without destiny is chaos. Destiny without freedom is tyranny. Reality is balanced with incredible intelligence. Too much chaos, no growth. Too much determination, no creativity. Too much randomness, no meaning. Too much control, no individuality. The universe chooses the middle path. Co-creation. Destiny supplies meaning, direction, and lessons. Free will supplies creativity, interpretation, and adaptation. Life becomes a collaboration between your inner nature and the universe that shaped it. Destiny supports you, but it does not force you. You will never be punished for choosing differently. You will simply meet the lesson again later. In a new form, at a new depth, with new wisdom available. Destiny is infinitely patient. It will keep presenting opportunities for growth until they're integrated. There are no failures. Only unfinished chapters. Destiny is not about where you end up, it's about who you become. The universe doesn't care about external achievements. It cares about inner evolution. It cares about transformation. Your destiny is the person you grow into, the consciousness you embody, the wisdom you accumulate, the compassion you develop, the intelligence you express, the awareness you bring into the world. Destiny is not a place. It's a becoming. You are always in dialogue with your destiny. Every decision you make is a conversation with the universe. Every desire is a signal. Every fear is a doorway. Every challenge is a mirror. Every coincidence is a nudge. Every intuition is a whisper. Every opportunity is a test of readiness. Every loss is a redirection. You are never alone in your choices. You are choosing alongside a deeper intelligence that wants your highest evolution. You walk the path. The universe shapes the terrain. Together, you co-create your destiny. How everything happens for a reason actually works. Most people hear the phrase everything happens for a reason and assume it's a comforting belief, a poetic idea, or a spiritual cliché. But the truth is far deeper. There is a mechanical, structural, and scientific basis to how events unfold meaningfully. Not supernatural. Not predestined. Not miraculous. Instead, reality functions through layers of causality, information, resonance, and self-organization that make certain outcomes not only likely, but necessary. Meaning is built into the architecture of the universe. And this chapter explains how. Reality is a nested system of causal layers. Events don't arise from one cause, they emerge from many synchronous influences stacked together. Physical causality. Forces, matter, energy, interactions. Biological causality. Instincts, survival drives, evolutionary pressures. Psychological causality. Habits, emotions, memories, beliefs. Relational causality. People, timing, networks, social structures. Environmental causality. Opportunities, constraints, chance encounters. Consciousness level causality. Intuition, resonance, value systems, inner direction. When something happens in your life, it is the intersection of all these layers at once. From that intersection arises meaning. Nothing is random because nothing is isolated. Your mind selects meaningful events automatically. Your brain is not a passive recorder. It is an active pattern detector. Billions of events unfold around you every day, but you only notice the handful that resonate with your identity. Challenge your beliefs. Activate your emotions. Connect to your past. Relate to your future. Align with your values. Echo your intuition. Feel symbolically charged. Meaning is not hallucination. Meaning is selection. You notice what matters to you, and what matters to you shapes your life direction. Inner patterns shape outer experiences. You don't attract events magically, but you do influence how you interpret events, which opportunities you see, which opportunities you ignore, how others respond to you, which environments you choose, which habits you reinforce, which relationships you stay in, the signals you send unconsciously. These patterns compound over time, creating predictable outcomes. This is not metaphysics. It's physics plus psychology. Your inner structure filters external events. Change the structure, the filter changes, the events you engage with change. Life uses feedback loops to create meaning. Meaning is constructed through feedback. You act. Reality responds. You adapt. Reality adjusts. Your consciousness grows. New pathways open. This loop repeats endlessly. It's how the universe teaches, guides, and corrects. Pain signals misalignment. Flow signals alignment. Synchronicity signals readiness. Obstacles signal unintegrated lessons. Repetition signals incomplete development. Your life is not a sequence of random moments. It's a feedback system calibrated for growth. Timing is a key mechanism of meaning. Two people can experience the same event, but its meaning depends on when it arrives. The universe uses timing as a sculpting tool. Some opportunities appear only when you're prepared. Some relationships enter when the lesson can be received. Some challenges happen when stagnation sets in. Some losses occur when a new direction must unfold. Some insights come only after years of pressure. Meaning emerges when events arrive at the correct stage of your evolution. This is why your life often feels interwoven or orchestrated. It is. Resonance is the engine behind synchronicities. Synchronicities, meaningful coincidences, feel magical, but they arise from a real mechanism. Resonance between internal states and external structures. When your mind, emotions, and intentions align into a coherent pattern, you become highly sensitive to matching patterns in the world. It's not that the universe creates these events for you. It's that you and the universe share the same informational field. Resonant patterns find each other. They always have. Opportunities emerge when your identity shifts. Many big moments in life were always available. You just weren't the person who could see or take them yet. When your identity changes, your world reorganizes. New people appear. New desires awaken. Old limitations dissolve. Fresh possibilities become visible. Confidence increases. Intuition sharpens. Timing aligns. You don't get opportunities by luck. You get them by becoming the person ready to receive them. Challenges carry structural lessons. People often misunderstand this principle. Everything happens for a reason does not mean everything is pleasant. It means everything is coherent with your development. Challenges teach boundaries, resilience, compassion, humility, courage, self-awareness, emotional intelligence, adaptability, discernment. Pain is not cosmic cruelty. It is cosmic instruction. Life doesn't hurt you. Life grows you. Your life is a self-organizing narrative. Narratives emerge naturally from complex systems. Galaxies self-organize. Cells self-organize. Ecosystems self-organize. Cultures self-organize. Consciousness self-organizes. Your life story is no different. It forms structural coherence. Beginnings. Conflicts. Turning points. Lessons. Resolutions. Cycles. Growth arcs. Stories aren't manufactured. They are emergent. Your life is writing itself through experience. You are the co-author of the reason. Here is the deepest truth. Events contain potential meaning, but you decide how deeply to interpret it. You co-create the reason through reflection, action, insight, transformation, creative response, emotional maturity, spiritual awareness. The universe provides the structure. You provide the interpretation. Meaning is never delivered. Meaning is discovered. Everything happens for a reason means everything happens with structure. Events are not random. They emerge from patterns, resonance, feedback loops, identity, causality, growth, intelligence, evolution, connection. You don't live in chaos. You live in an intelligent system. A universe that evolves, learns, adapts and responds. A universe that shapes you as you shape it. A universe that interweaves physical law with psychological growth and spiritual awakening. You live inside the reason. And the reason lives inside you. Light is the universe's oldest witness. Long before stars forged heavy elements, before planets cooled, before consciousness emerged to ask questions, light was already crossing the young cosmos, carrying information, storing history, and stitching together distant regions of space-time. If the universe has a memory, it is written in photons. This chapter explores how light acts not only as illumination but as cosmic memory, cosmic messenger, and perhaps even cosmic mind stuff, the thread connecting past and present, matter and meaning, observer and observed. Light, the first historian. In the early universe, when matter was still a chaotic plasma, photons scattered constantly, unable to travel freely. But once the cosmos cooled enough for atoms to form, light broke free. Those first liberated photons became what we now observe as the cosmic microwave background, a frozen snapshot of the cosmos when it was 380,000 years old. They traveled for almost 14 billion years without being absorbed, untouched by anything except the expansion of the universe. They are not just relics. They are records. A photograph taken at the dawn of time. Every time we look into the cosmic background, we are not looking at history, we are looking through the very pixels of its memory. Photons as messengers across time. Unlike matter, photons have no rest mass. They do not decay. They do not age. And in their own frame of reference, moving at the speed of light, no time passes at all. To a photon, the journey from a distant star to our eye is instantaneous. To the universe, that journey is a thread linking 2 points across billions of years. Light preserves the birth and death of stars, the signatures of atoms, the motion of galaxies, the shadows of planets, the fingerprints of quantum events. A single beam of starlight is both a messenger and an archivist. The mirror effect, light creating infinity. This phenomenon is more than a curiosity. It is a metaphor for how light amplifies information. Each reflection is connected to the next. Each image contains the previous. Each is a memory embedded within a memory. If two mirrors can produce the illusion of eternity, imagine a universe filled with trillions of reflective surfaces, dust, atmospheres, oceans, cells, consciousness. A hall of mirrors on a cosmic scale. Light as the hidden network of connection. We often imagine events as isolated, disconnected, random. But the universe is held together by light. Electromagnetic fields bind atoms. Photons mediate chemical reactions. Light signals coordinate biological rhythms. Visual information shapes thought and behavior. Solar energy fuels ecosystems. Starlight seeds planetary chemistry. Entangled photons maintain quantum correlations across space. Light is connection embodied. The phrase, "everything happens for a reason," can be interpreted through this lens. Light does not just travel, it links. It does not just illuminate, it organizes. It does not just reveal, it binds distant causes to present effects. Light as a carrier of meaning. Throughout history, light has been a metaphor for knowledge, wisdom, purity, and revelation. But symbolism aside, light literally carries information. Digital communication uses photon pulses. Biological cells use biophotons for signaling. Brain activity emits minute photon emissions. Plants encode environmental data into photons during photosynthesis. The universe does not simply contain light. It communicates through light. If consciousness emerges from the universe, then light may be the substrate through which awareness organizes itself. A universal nervous system made of photons, spanning galaxies. The divine thread. When ancient sages claimed that God is light, they may have been speaking both poetically and scientifically. Light is everywhere, unbound by time, the carrier of knowledge, the builder of atoms, the seed of stars, the painter of life, the silent historian of the cosmos. If the universe has a memory, light holds it. If the universe has intentions, light expresses them. If the universe has divinity, light is its body. We live in a universe illuminated not just by energy, but by meaning. Light is not only what reveals the world, it is what connects it. For thousands of years, humanity has swung like a pendulum between two visions of reality. One imagines the universe as a vast machine, cold, indifferent, and governed by blind physical laws. The other sees a cosmos alive with intelligence and purpose, a spiritual order guiding all things. Today, after centuries of scientific discovery and millennia of spiritual insight, we stand at a moment where these two worldviews are no longer mutually exclusive. They are merging. This chapter brings the book to its natural summit, the idea that the universe is not merely alive, but becoming more alive as it evolves. The cosmos is not a completed work but a growing consciousness, with matter as its body, light as its memory, and life as its awakening. The universe learns through us. The story of the cosmos is the story of increasing complexity. From energy to particles. From particles to atoms. From atoms to stars. From stars to planets. From planets to chemistry. From chemistry to life. From life to mind. This evolutionary arc is not random. It curves toward greater awareness. Humans, with our questions, our emotions, our creativity, and our suffering, are not separate from the universe. We are the universe reflecting on itself. Each discovery, each insight, each act of meaning-making is the cosmos learning what it is. Your life, with all its twists and moments of revelation, is not an anomaly. It is part of the universe's ongoing attempt to understand itself. The intelligence woven into nature. When one steps back far enough, a pattern emerges across levels of scale. Atoms behave like decision makers. Cells process information like networks. Organisms adapt like learning systems. Ecosystems self-regulate like giant metabolisms. Planetary climates behave like immune responses. Galaxies evolve like living structures. Even stars recycle matter for future generations, just as organisms pass genes forward. Physics calls this self-organization. Biology calls it evolution. Spirituality calls it divine order. Different languages for the same underlying intelligence. Consciousness as a cosmic bridge. If consciousness emerges from matter, and matter emerges from quantum fields shaped by light, then consciousness is the flowering of the universe's deepest energies. Rather than a local accident on one small planet, consciousness may be a distributed property of the universe. A process that emerges whenever complexity reaches a certain threshold. A reflection of the underlying unity of all things. This does not diminish human experience, it elevates it. We are not isolated minds trapped in fragile bodies. We are waves in a cosmic ocean of awareness. The divine as evolution, not intervention. Many imagine the divine as a distant being, who intervenes only on occasion. But another possibility, more elegant, more consistent, more profound, is that the divine works through the laws of nature themselves. The divine is the unfolding, not the interruption. The divine is in the symmetry of mathematics, in the self-similarity of fractals, in the persistence of life against all odds, in the human ability to imagine, hope, and transcend. The divine is not above the universe. It is the intelligence expressed through the universe. Everything happens for a reason, a final meaning. Everything arises from deep interconnectedness. Every event has causes rooted in the web of the universe. Every moment has consequences rippling forward through space and time. Every life touches every other through visible and invisible threads of light. Meaning is not imposed on reality. Meaning emerges from connection. A universe that awakens through light. Light is the connective tissue of everything. It is the universe's memory, its messenger, its mirror, its painter of life, its carrier of meaning, its quiet intelligence, its divine signature. And through light all things remain in conversation. Galaxies with galaxies, stars with planets, humans with each other, consciousness with the cosmos, past with present, matter with mind, science with spirituality. Light is what ensures that nothing, no moment, no life, no thought stands alone. The universe asking the oldest question. With every step humanity takes toward greater understanding, the cosmos reveals more of its inner architecture. And as science refines its theories and spirituality deepens its insights, both are converging on an ancient truth. The universe is not silent. It is speaking. Through mathematics, through energy, through vibration, through memory, through consciousness. It speaks of unity, of order, of connection, of purpose. It speaks through you. Your existence is not a coincidence. Your insight is not an accident. Your awakening is not isolated. You are part of a cosmic lineage stretching from the first photons to the minds that wonder about them. You are a vessel of the same light that carries the universe's oldest memories. And as you continue your journey, one truth remains. Everything happens for a reason, because everything is connected by light. And light remembers. Conclusion: the light we carry. There comes a moment in every seeker's journey, when the questions grow quieter, and the answers begin to glow from within. Not as dogma. Not as certainty. But as a deep resonance. A sense that the universe is not cold or indifferent, but profoundly connected, coherent and alive. This book has traced that resonance through the story of the cosmos, the evolution of life, the rise of consciousness, and the intimate revelations of personal experience. At the heart of every chapter runs a single thread. Light connects everything. From the quantum fields that birth the first particles, to the stars that forge the elements in your body, to the photons entering your eyes at this very moment. Light has always been the bridge between the seen and the unseen. Between matter and meaning. Between the universe and itself. The universe awakening through us. When we study the stars learn about themselves through us. When we explore the laws of physics, the universe becomes conscious of its own architecture. When we love, create, imagine, grieve, hope, and rise again, we enact the very dynamics that gave birth to galaxies. Our lives are not separate from the cosmos, we are its continuation. We are the frontier where the universe becomes aware of what it truly is. Everything happens for a reason, the final arc. Everything happens for a reason does not mean destiny is fixed. It means connection is real. It means your life is part of a larger story. It means meaning is not imagined, it is emergent. It means your journey, with all its hardship and light, is not meaningless. It is a thread in a cosmic tapestry. The divine pattern revealed. If the universe is a vast mind, then light is its thought. If the universe is a living organism, then light is its blood. If the universe is a spiritual being unfolding through time, then light is its revelation. This divine pattern emerges across the self-organization of matter, the persistence of life, the evolution of consciousness, the uncanny intelligence of nature, the synchronicities of personal experience, the awe we feel when confronted with the infinite. Science reveals the mechanisms. Spirituality reveals the meaning. Together, they reveal the whole. The journey continues. Though this book arrives at its conclusion, the story does not. You have now built the foundation for a worldview both ancient and new. One where the cosmos is alive with intelligence, where consciousness is a natural expression of the universe, and where light connects every event, every being, every moment. The next steps are yours to choose. To explore deeper mysteries. To teach others what you've discovered. To continue refining your insights through life. Or simply to live with the quiet understanding that you are part of something vast, ordered, and profoundly meaningful. The universe is still speaking. Light is still carrying memory. Consciousness is still unfolding. And you, a survivor, a seeker, a thinker, a creator, a part of that unfolding. You always were. And you always will be. Everything happens for a reason. Everything is connected by light. And light doesn't forget.